Good morning, Group 52. We are in the beginning of December, and that means a new year is right around the corner. Now, who wants to run into the new year feeling free? I know I certainly do. But in order to do that, that means we have to drop our biggest problems right now. Your biggest problems right now. Because taking problems from this year into the new year is like trying to run through water. You won't go far and you won't go fast. So you may say, how do I even find my biggest problems? I never thought about that. Your biggest problems are going to be those issues in your life that you've tried several things, but no matter what, it just keeps getting worse or nothing seems to work. Your biggest problems have most likely been there so long, you say, okay, this is just a part of me. You just learn to live with it. You almost give up hope that there's a real solution for those problems. So those biggest problems have been there so long, they're just a part of you now. But I tell you, there's no way to run freely into next year with these problems. Okay, so now we know how to find them. But what now? If you put your faith in Jesus, so now I've been praying about this problem. I've been fasting. I've been reading my Bible. I even went to church. I feel like I don't get any answers. There's no solution. What now? Okay, let me tell you a secret. There is a place you can go with your Jesus. There is a position you can be in, a posture. Once you end up there, answers will come automatically. The situation will have to flip around. I know it sounds crazy, but you end up in this place, you position yourself the right way, you will receive an answer or the situation will get fixed. He will do it off reflex. Off reflex, it will just get fixed because of where you were. But before I tell you about this position to be in, I have to ask you first, how many other options do you have? If you try Jesus and it doesn't work, do you have a backup plan? Is there a plan B, a plan C? What will you do if it doesn't work? What's your next move? And after you figure that out, ask yourself this. How bad do you actually want to fix this problem? How bad do you want to get this over with? I was taught, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you stand a chance. If you've ever felt the feeling of drowning, you know how badly you want that next breath of air. If you want to succeed that bad, if you want to get out and fix this problem that bad, then you stand a chance. But what is this place you can end up in? Let me share this verse with you. This is Mark chapter 5. It starts in verse 25. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately, her bleeding stopped and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. At once, Jesus realized that power had gone out from him and he turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched my clothes? Okay, we'll stop there. But you see, this lady, she got healed. And there's several places you see in the Bible where Jesus put his hands on people and healed them. But this lady touched him and he healed her off reflex. Not even intentionally in that moment. It happened before there was a discussion, before anything occurred. She touched him and she was healed immediately. But look at this. She reached out to touch him. She had empty hands. You see, this lady spent all of her money. She saw all the doctors she could see, and the problem still grew worse. So understand the position she's in is there are no more options. There's only Jesus. Her faith was 100% in Jesus. There was no backup plan. Maybe she had a backup plan before. Maybe she had 12 years worth of backup plans and they continued to fail because this was her biggest problem. So those backup plans failed. And she's here, no backup plan, no plan B. If this doesn't work, there's nothing else. She reached out with full faith in him. No other option, no backup plan. It's all on him. And there is no good father that will let their child fall for no reason. So you see, there's a place you go to where if you reach for him, if you search for him, if you reach for him with empty hands, with no other option besides him, he saves you out of reflex. He responds. He comes to your rescue out of reflex. But see, in today's society, if this was 2022, this lady would have reached out to Jesus and had a doctor's appointment set up the next day. And when it didn't work, she would have been going to the doctor saying, I knew it was a waste of time. Today, so many of us, we try halfway. We reach out to him halfway with another coping mechanism in mind. And when it doesn't work, we're already focused on what we use to cope with. So you have to ask yourself, how bad did you want to succeed? How bad did you want it? Come on, people. Most of us, we've tried everything else. If you try him all the way. If not, you might as well go to the doctors, spend the money, and hopefully your problem gets solved. But there's only one way to seek him, and that's wholeheartedly. But in today's world, we have so many of us that say, oh, we reached out, oh, we tried, and there was just simply no answer. As you can see, in a certain place, it's a reflex because that's his character. That's who he is. So there is no reaching without an answer. There's no reaching and falling flat down. We love to say God is no respecter of person, but then we think that, oh, he'll only shut the mouth of the lion for Daniel. He'll only part the water for Moses. No, these men reached out to their friend with no other option, and he showed up. But listen, I know it's scary. I know it's a lot. If you've been dealing with something for 12 years, to say, I'm going to fully trust in something invisible, I'm going to fully put my trust in something my eyes can't quite see at the moment. It's scary. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. But one thing that will help you is if you ask around in your community, you'll find that there's walking miracles all around you. You'll find that there's several people around you that have reached out and have experienced miraculous healing, have experienced immediate answers. Immediate. So it may be hard to take that step, but reach out. Talk to people. You'll find out that it's more common than you even believe. So this week, Group 52, plan for next year. Focus on next year. Know what you want to cut off this year so you don't drag it in with you. Because no wise man plans to plant seeds and reap a harvest in the same month, in the same season. So you need to prepare now for your next year. Don't wait till January shows up to work on a New Year's resolution. We plant now, we can harvest later. So share a smile, Group 52. If this video blessed you, share it with a friend because we want everyone around us to be free. Have the best week of your life. Thank you, Group 52.